Yeah, but you are a tutor also. So, how are you continuing with your practice? Because now you are helping others to improve their communication skills. A
Hmm.
lot of people are dependent on you and they are looking up to you.
Structure because they have been learning the language for really a long period of time. So they have, great command over grammar already. Even they have vast vocabulary in their dictionary, and they are doing the reading practice or maybe the listening practice on regular basis. But still, they are not able to see any improvement in their sentence structure. So, welcome to the session. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm pretty well. Thank you so much for asking. How about you?
I'm also doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So it's the weekend today. It's Sunday today. So what's the plan?
No plan, ma'am. I'm going to stay at home only, spending time with my baby. And if possible, I will try to connect to other co-learners for my speaking practice.
So it means you are just looking forward to spend the entire day productively or like with your family or with your kid. Okay, great one. Yes.
Yes.
Hmm. So could you please introduce yourself since we are meeting for the very first time?
Yes. My name is Jaya Ghosh. I hail from Kolkata and I'm a working professional. Besides, I have a YouTube channel where I post all my English Yari conversation videos and also some videos with co-learners. If I talk about my hobbies, then I think connecting to different people is now become my hobby, has now become my hobby, and I think I'm really enjoying it. Apart from that, I love reading books and I love watching movies. So yeah, that's all about me.
And movies. Okay, so if you like watching movies, so you can watch a movie too today. Hmm.
Yes, no, actually, it's not possible to watch a full movie when your child is around.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Okay, okay. So tell me a little bit about your family too.
So I have a little kid. He just turned a year old, and my parents are also living with me because due to my profession, I have to relocate every 4 or 5 years. So because my baby is really small, so my parents are living with me right now. They are basically taking care of him during the daytime, and my husband is also in the same field, so we both are not present during the daytime. And so yeah, we have house help, and my parents are here with me to help me out.
Okay, okay. Then that's great. Then it's become easy for you to handle the other things and even complete the household chores too before going to office and after coming back from office, right? Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So do I need to introduce myself too?
No.
That's great. Okay, we can save some time and we can discuss other things. Okay. So what kind of movies do you watch?
I love watching animated movies, cartoons in English,
Hmm.
because I think that's how I learned English, because that's easy to understand and also entertaining. So also I love watching action movies, and nowadays I'm really fond of South Indian movies. So
Okay.
yeah.
So South Indian movies in which language do you watch? Do you watch the dubbed one or
No, no, the dubbed one. Yes, dubbed in Hindi.
dubbed in Hindi? Okay, okay. So do you focus majorly on consuming content in English only, like watching movies too in English in order to just learn the language?
Yes, sometimes I do. Because now I have limited time, so it's not possible for me to finish a 2 hour or maybe 2.5 hour movie. But I try to listen to as many content in English as possible, like a small interview, a short interview, motivational videos, cooking videos. So
Hmm.
I basically scroll through YouTube and like to see whatever interests me.
Okay, that's great. Okay. In that we nowadays like on OTT platforms, a lot of web series are also available. So do you watch those web series too?
Yes, I used to watch a lot, but now I don't.
Hmm.
Because that is really beneficial for you to learn English also.
Hmm.
Yeah, I used to, but now I don't.
Now you don't. So you used to watch in English or in any other language for just entertainment
No,
purpose
in English
or
only.
learning? Okay, English. Yes.
Only
So
in
then
English.
we can kill two birds with one stone. While watching, we can get the, entertainment from there and then we can learn the language too. Actually, spending time with the language is again very essential. Great. Okay. So apart from that, what kind of content you consume over YouTube? Maybe English conversational videos you must be watching. And apart from that, do you watch podcast and speeches too in English?
Yes, yes, yes.
Great. Now let's talk about your one more hobby that is reading, right? So what is your genre?
Fiction, ma'am.
Fiction. Okay, okay. Actually, I haven't read any captivating thriller or any mysterious novel yet. And I have read some, stories written by Sudha Murthy. Only small stories. I cannot say like many big novels. But I watch, yes, the related to, personal development, like self-help books. Yeah, so little bit
Mhm.
how I can incorporate this, like how I can start reading novels, big novels.
No, I'm not into big novels because I'm a beginner and there are a lot of words that are unknown to me, and I have to, keep on searching the meaning on Google, and I think it becomes my task a lot more difficult. And however, when I don't feel like, go on to Google and search the meaning, when I am feeling a little bit lethargic, then I keep on reading the book. And sometimes I understand, sometimes I don't understand. And when later I have time, I go back to that page and, I marked
Hmm.
it and I go back to the page and try to read the page once again to understand the actual meaning that the author is trying to convey. So big novels are a big no-no to me. I started my reading journey with a very thin book. I'm sure you know the name, The Blue Umbrella, written by Ruskin Bond.
The Blue Umbrella, I have heard about
So
it. Hmm.
yes, so there is also a movie by the same name, I think.
Hmm.
So I loved the book so much that I kept on reading, more short stories written by the same author. And I would highly recommend you to read at least one book written by Ruskin Bond, because his writing style is like, out of the world. I have never read any, you know like that feeling you can't get from other authors, I think. And so after that, I kept on exploring different various authors also, like Sudha Murthy ma'am, Chetan Bhagat,
Hmm.
and Franz Kafka, then Paulo Coelho. So yeah, I have read quite a few books.
Okay, okay. Yes, so it means he writes in a very mesmerizing way that can captivate you throughout the reading. Okay. Uh, I I know I have idea how Sudha Murthy ma'am writes, her way of and her style of writing. I know, but I don't know about Chetan Bhagat, and I was thinking to start reading his books too. So can you share a little bit how he writes? Is it easy or understand, or is it difficult, or yeah, the way?
Yes, ma'am. So I let me tell you one thing, that when you start reading any book, for the first 2 3 pages, you will find it a little difficult because every author has their own written style. And uh, so if you can go on reading, then you will, engross in the story, and you will slowly, you will start liking the written style, I think. and you can, I think, resonate with the story more, and it will hook you till the end of the book. So, and also it depends on your genre, which kind of stories you like to read. So according to that, I think you can take any book written by any author. You don't, because I think now you are at a level that you can easily read these kind of books that I written by the authors that I mentioned, and it will not be difficult for you. And every topic, as we all know, that every topic has a set of vocabulary, and when we are about to discuss that topic, we need to use those vocabularies to sound more efficient.
Efficient.
Because as a beginner, we tend to use a lot of basic words, and though we know advanced words, but due to lack of practice, those words are not coming in our mind at the right time, and we are not able to use that. So
Yes.
we know a lot of words, but still there will be some words that are unknown to us. And if we just search the meaning, then I think the words get repeated inside the whole book. So you don't need to, go again to find the meaning. That's
Absolutely.
what I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with your point. And I think whatever we had a discussion till now, I found that you are very good at sentence structure, constructing the sentences. You are, I guess, able to convey your thoughts, your ideas, your point of views in a well and constructive manner. So I have a lot of people, like many people have asked this question, that how to improve sentence structure, because they have been learning the language for really a long period of time. So they have great command over grammar already. Even they have vast vocabulary in their dictionary, and they are doing the reading practice or maybe the listening practice on regular basis, but still they are not able to see any improvement in their sentence structure. So what helped you in that?
Yes, ma'am. So when I started my English speaking journey, I was also like them. And the problem with me was that whenever someone asked me a question, I immediately started, answering without even thinking in my mind that what I feel about the topic. So what is my opinion? So I generalized any concept, and then I used to start, speaking immediately. But then over the period of time, I learned that it's really important to think before answering any question. And if you think, then, you can see in front of, not in front of your eyes, but you can, visualize the things that, suppose someone asks me that, what did you do today? So maybe your daily routine since morning till night. So I know what I do, but if I don't think about that, then I cannot say that in a nice manner, like sequentially. First, I wake up in the morning, then I took bath. So when we think, then we can visualize everything step by step, and it helps us to even speak step by step. So it's really important to take a pause and think before speaking. That is I think the most important thing. And also, I think reading is one thing that has made me able to construct my sentences in a better way, because I have a lot of, because I used to read a lot, so I have a lot of word in my mind. And now I can feel that whenever I'm trying to speak, I can recall those words, and though I have already stated the basic word, but still I have that word, and I immediately I use the word after using the basic word. So that's what is now happening to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. It means you are emphasizing on the pause. Like, pause is very essential while speaking. Do not just jump directly as soon as you get the question. Just take a few seconds pause, then construct the sentences, or maybe gather your words and your knowledge, whatever you have, and then start speaking. And yeah, it is right. Yeah, I have also experienced it with time. Initially, I was also the same person. Even pace also affects a lot. Like, if you are speaking a little faster, then there are more chances that you commit mistakes, that you make mistakes while speaking. But if you speak a little slower, you give a few seconds in between the time to your mind to think and construct it positively and use the right sentence at the right moment. Right. Yes. So, what are you currently doing in order to enhance? One thing you have mentioned that you have been taking classes with English Yari tutors. So, first, I would like to know, like, what kind of feedbacks do you get nowadays?
Earlier, so initially I used to speak very less. So the feedbacks were that you need to speak more and elaborately. You need to speak your heart out because they were actually not able to give any feedback because I used to speak very less.
Yes.
Because I had the fear of making mistake, and I was continuously thinking in my mind that what should I speak next, and what if I make mistake, what the tutor will think of me. But then I realized that I'm joining the session, I've paid for it only to improve. So if I don't speak, then what is the point of taking the class? So slowly I started speak as much as possible, and so the feedbacks right now are to improve my vocabulary, because I stuck a lot. Because they have, they give you different topics for different sessions, and it's not possible for me to go through the topic every time before taking the session. So when I am, trying to speak about a topic which I have very less idea, then I stuck. And so yeah, they have told me to read more and to consume as much content as possible.
Great. So it means you were speaking less before. I have also some students who, whenever I ask any question to them, they just end up giving answer in just one line. So I cannot give proper feedback. I cannot tell where they are lacking, where they are making mistake. So if you are speaking broken English, whatever comes to your mind, you should speak. Only then the tutor can actually help you, can actually guide you where you are lacking and where you need to focus upon. And okay, so how did you improve the knowledge? Because speaking more is not an easy task if we don't have background knowledge in our mind. So how are you enhancing that knowledge, or how are you improving in elaborating the topic or the question?
I think now we all have a little bit of knowledge about everything, but I think not in English, but in our mother tongue. If the same topic is to be given to me and someone tells me to speak on the topic in my mother tongue, then I can go on. But when it comes to speak in English, then I have to think a lot. And that's where I was lacking. So what I do is I try to read an article every day about any topic. And from that, so I have recently started doing the thing that whatever words that I come across, maybe I know the meaning, I may not know the meaning, it doesn't matter. I write down the words and sometimes sentences also. So, like for example, I was reading about Home Sweet Home, because that was my topic for the English Yari session, and I come across a sentence that home is where the heart is. And I really liked the sentence, so I wrote it down. Because whenever something related to that topic will come, I have to use. So I just I make sure that I can use the phrase. Home is where your heart is. So I'm doing this to actually improve my English speaking skills.
Okay, it means you are already good at having great knowledge about different topics in your mother tongue. Since there are many people who are not even good at explaining some topics in our mother tongue too, in their mother tongue too. So then they don't have much. If they don't have much knowledge in even their mother tongue too, they are not able to speak in English, right? So maybe that is your strength, that you can speak on any topic in your mother tongue. And your problem was only English, that you were not able to express it in English. Okay. Next is like, as you mentioned that I get now feedback on vocabulary part, that I need to expand my vocabulary. So first, how are you learning new words? Second, how you remember or recall while speaking. Because learning word, I think every English learner is doing. They are learning multiple words in a day, or maybe a few words in a day, or maybe while reading, while listening, they are noting down the words. But when it comes to speaking, delivering the content while speaking, they are not able to recall the word at the right moment. They lack. So how do you practice that?
Yes, ma'am. So as I said before also, I write down the words and phrases and sometimes sentences. And because I have started it recently, so I do not have time to go through that. Maybe after a week, when I have a lot of words, then I can go through it. So it is a matter of practice and consistency. Just keep writing those words, and if possible, before going to bed, just go through that.
Go through, yes.
And do that for the and do that for the for the rest of your life, because you know that it's a lifelong process. And it's not about, see, we are here to improve our overall communication skills because we all have a vision. We all want to do something in life. This is a short term goal, but we all have a long term goal that depends on this short term goal. So because we know that it's a lifelong process, I think we should not be restless that no, I have to learn this word, I have to speak that tomorrow. Don't do that. Just keep on practicing, be consistent, and eventually you will definitely be able to recall those words and able to use those words while conversing in English.
The process takes time. When the word is new for your mind, then yeah, it will take time. So the main thing we can say here is like repetition, reviewing the word after a certain period of time. You should revise those words. And second thing, I must suggest to the learners that learn in chunks instead of learning the simple single word. As you mentioned that whenever you get a new nice example or nice sentence while listening or while reading, you immediately note down somewhere, so you can also use that. So that is again a nice way to learn or improve even faster. When you start learning in chunks, you can see a little shift, a little faster in your way of speaking. And then repetition is the key here in everything, whatever you want to be good at. Yeah. Okay, so tell me, how long have you been learning actually?
So actually, it's a off and on process for me, because before joining my job, actually I was preparing for interview, and that I'm talking about, like, it's been 6 years I have been doing this job. So before 6 years, when because the interview was supposed to be in English, and that time I couldn't speak one sentence. So I was really anxious, and I used to practice a lot. So whatever I am doing right now, I used to do at that time also. But as you know, after joining the job, we feel like, we have everything and we don't need to, practice. So I lost my touch. And I think during COVID, because I had quite some time, so I started developing, I resumed my reading journey as well. So that is when actually I created my YouTube channel for book recommendations. But after uploading some videos, I felt that it I'm not enjoying the process, because for book recommendation you have to finish reading a book, and then you need to understand what the author is actually trying to say. And because I was beginner, so it was really impossible for me to be consistent, and to upload videos also on a consistent basis. So I quit my YouTube channel, and also I quit reading. So actually, I think during that time you have also started your YouTube channel, and I have been watching your videos. You know, yeah, I'm talking about you. So you have started your YouTube channel during COVID, or maybe after that?
After post-COVID, like in 2022.
21.
22.
22. Yeah, okay. So yes, I have been watching your videos since then, and and when I watched the first, actually, I think you were also taking sessions from Clappingo. And then I think you started approaching other learners and different strangers. So when I watched your video, I thought in the back of my mind that this is something that I also want to do. So I really loved your content and all your videos. I used to watch all of them, but I couldn't gather courage and go out there and actually speak because I was not in the habit of speaking, and I know that it's a really tough process. You have to learn all over again. And but then somehow I gathered courage and I joined English Yari. So since then, like in January 2024, I started again, and now I'm here.
So maybe the break made you a little again very shy or introvert, and you were lacking again in the language too. But now it's been 3 months that you have been practicing on English Yari. Are you talking to co-learners too on different applications?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Do you follow somebody on social media, maybe on YouTube or on Instagram, and you look up to them and you say like, okay, I want to sound like this or I want to be like that? Not exactly copying, but maybe you are following some of the things of that particular person or maybe personality.
Yes, actually, I follow all the celebrities, including all the business entrepreneurs. But the thing is that I'm really bad at copying a sentence or maybe the style of. Yes, because everyone recommends that if you can do that, like shadowing, then it will be beneficial for you because it really helps with our pronunciation. Because there are many new words, and though we know the meaning, but we don't know how to pronounce the word. So I think if we can do shadowing practice, then that will be resolved. Yes. But I'm really bad at it.
Yeah, shadowing is one I'm doing nowadays, and it is really helping me a lot. I can say that while speaking. It's not like I can be the C2 level speaker like the native, and I'm content with my own way of speaking, with my own accent. I'm not saying that I'm okay with my old pronunciation because I also lack somewhere. There are a lot of words I need to work upon deliberately. So I'm just practicing, but I'm content with my accent. I don't want to change the accent. So yeah, I'm doing, and you can also try that. If it is difficult for you to start with bigger long videos, then you can start with 1 minute shorts. There also you can follow somebody like a native speaker, and then you can repeat after them. Okay, what is your short-term goal?
So my short-term goal is to become the advanced speaker of English.
Same. I also have the short-term goal to become an advanced speaker of the language. What about your long-term goal then?
So my long-term goal will be to start something on my own, like a small business.
Great.
And something also related to like overall communication skill, like public speaking.
Okay. So it means you want to enhance overall personality, and then you want to motivate others to help others to in their personal development. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Because sometimes I imagine myself standing on the stage in front of many people and giving motivational speech. Because whenever I see these kind of videos, I really feel like do the same. But I don't know whether it will happen or not in the future, but let's try for it.
Visualizing. Keep visualizing. One day you will definitely be able to do that. And when you feel that, I also feel sometimes that when I talk to myself, something is in my mind, and when I talk, I feel like somebody is in front of me or the audience is in front of me, and I try to demonstrate in a very captivating way so I can grab the attention of the audience. I try that. And when you try it actually, when you feel it actually in your heart, it gives you immense level of happiness. You feel thrilled while doing that. You feel like, okay, actually I'm guiding to somebody. Actually I'm helping somebody out there, right? So I also feel that whenever I do that, I feel thrilled really. So I also want to do that same thing again. And one more big goal I have, that is like long term can be, or it can be big goal, that to become an successful YouTuber. Yeah, so I'm just trying my level best in that too. Yes. One last question I want to ask you, that are you spontaneous, or kind of a random person, like who goes with random things, or you just try to plan your day before and then you make to-do list for yourself, and then that can keep you motivated or maybe disciplined? So what kind of person you are?
Okay, so I love to plan beforehand, and I don't write any to-do list because like today, if I have to plan for tomorrow, so I know that these things I have to do, but it doesn't matter when I'm doing, where I'm doing, and how I'm doing.
Okay.
I can do that at any time, but the main motto is to do that at least on a consistent basis. So I'm like this.
Okay, so it means you take a little idea, like these are the things I need to complete in the day, whenever I do, however I do, like whatever the ways or whatever the timing, but I have to complete these tasks in the day. Great one.
Yes.
But I even decide the timing too for my actual tasks, so I can remain focused. As soon as I complete my first task, I can jump directly to the next one. Otherwise, we have a habit of picking our phones immediately and start watching something over. But yeah, I have eliminated this distraction entirely from my life as I'm working independently. So it is very, very, I think, mandatory for me to make to-do lists in order to be disciplined and focused, so I can spend my day productively. Yes. Okay. Anything that you want to ask now? Any question do you have?
Yes, ma'am. So as I said, I have been watching your videos for years now, and I can clearly see that you have improved immensely. And now that you are also a tutor, I don't think you are a learner, but learning again is a lifelong process. So yeah, but you are a tutor also. So how are you continuing with your practice? Because now you are helping others to improve their communication skills. A lot of people are dependent on you and they are looking up to you. But what about your practice and your improving overall communication skills?
So it is possible only when you make a proper plan and when you have control over your time. So I have now control over my time. I'm very good at managing my time throughout the day. And again, good habits I have incorporated in myself. After shifting to home, I have started waking up early in the morning around 5. So the habit was not in me before, like when I was there. It was in me when I was preparing for banking in 2020 and 21, but then quit. And then I was waking up around 7, sometimes 8. It was difficult. So after coming back here, like a little change, when you change your environment, it is easy for you to change your routine too. So nowadays I wake up early in the morning. So as soon as I wake up, I make to-do list, and in the morning I complete my 2 tasks, like reading, learning new words. Like 2 tasks I complete, then remaining two is shadowing and then writing. So writing I do before going to bed. Shadowing in the afternoon, if I get 30 minutes, I can do so. Like this, it is easy for me to complete my tasks. And throughout the day, I have a lot of time where I can watch conversation videos, where I observe people and provide the paid sessions too at the same time, and conduct these sessions for my YouTube channel too. So I have control over time now. That's why I guess I'm able to do it.
Yes, ma'am. I think time management is a skill, and it will also come to you with practice.
With practice, yes.
Yes. And one more question that I have is that I forgot. No. Yeah. So before like maybe 1 year back, you were only learner, and now you are both the tutor and learner. So now that you are teaching other people, so what do you think that how that thing has helped you to become the better version of you? Do you see that change in you after becoming a tutor and after, interacting with a lot of students?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, when you call yourself a learner, like it is a lifelong process, you are a learner always. But when you call yourself deliberately a learner, like totally a learner, not anything else, then it seems like I am less than somebody else, or I am lacking, or I don't know anything, I don't know the language, and that creates fear in our mind, while talking to people who are good at English or maybe better than us. But when you start saying that I am already good, I can also teach others, at the same time, I'm a learner, then your confidence changes. You get a lot of confidence in yourself, and that drives you further. And then you even, I can see the changes in my way of delivering the content, as now I call tutor myself while teaching them. Then I have this attitude of a teacher, a tutor, that it is my responsibility. So I I have improved the way of explaining things in an easy and appropriate way, so students can understand. So what that thing I have learned by observing tutors online. So that is one, I can say. Body language, the a non-verbal communication has improved after starting the teaching journey. Yeah. And again, at the same time, when I have to teach them, and if I get questions from them, like, okay ma'am, I didn't understand that, or I was doing that but I'm not able to incorporate in my daily practice or incorporate while speaking. So I again, that is again a challenge for me. Then that pushes me again to learn and get. And sometimes, I wanted to share an anecdote with you, but there is only 3 minutes remaining. Yeah. So one time, a student was saying that he is an intermediate, but he says like, I'm a beginner, ma'am. I know he knows every grammar pattern. He knows how to use. He knows many words and grammar patterns, but he is not able to construct sentences properly. So it was a challenging task for me to make him sentences in a proper way or construct sentences. So I was thinking continuously. Then I watched some of the videos. Then first I thought like, let me quit this. I'm not able to help. Then I thought, no, if the challenge is coming in your way, and then fight it directly. Find the ways. Maybe it is coming in your way to push your boundaries. Think out of the box. Enhance your skills. So in that way, it is helping me even improve faster. So these are the changes. And then I started watching a lot of videos. I started using Chat GPT now in order to get better ideas that can help learners, my students. Yeah. So I think like a lot of benefits of teaching. Yeah.
Yes, and I can clearly see how confident you are, because it is the thing that I have always wanted to have in me. I have always been an underconfident person throughout my life, and I think after taking these kind of sessions, I am a little bit confident, and I think with time, I will also become a confident person.
Sure. With time, patience, consistency. You need to be patient too. Some people are the same person who knows everything, but who is very impatient. He wants results like immediately, but no, it's not possible. I was always patient with the practice. Still I am. So patience again very plays a very big role in your learning journey, no matter what language, what skill you are trying to incorporate. But yeah, it takes.
Yes, sir. And I really want to say this, that you are my inspiration, and I'm
Means
also trying to, be like you. So that is why I'm consistent and I'm thinking about long term. And yeah, because that is the thing we can do. Nothing is
yes. Our
nothing
meeting
is
is
in
going
our
to
hands.
end.
We can only practice.
Yes, yes. So I just want to tell you that thank you so much for joining the session, for connecting to me. It was really lovely talking to you. Yeah.
Same here, ma'am. It's a pleasure for me.
Yeah, yeah. You
Thank
made
you
my
so much.
day. Okay, then. Bye bye.
Thank
Happy
you.
Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday.